Alright, so we're going to show how to get a horde base set up right off the bat. I'm going to run through the quest or the challenges and stuff like that, get to the trader, and then we'll pick up after that. So, but we'll play it real quick. Alright, so we got the beginning challenge done. We're headed to the trader. So what you want to do, just come into the trader.
Morning.
Talk
Wipe
to
that
this
smirk
guy
off
right
your
here.
face.
Get your
Doing
shovel.
one job
Do
doesn't
your special
make
job.
I got
Go do your
just
buried
a job.
supplies.
Let's get one
We'll go do
thing
that.
straight.
We'll be right back at the
You're
trader
not
again.
working
I'll
with me.
show you what I'm
You're
getting
working
at with
for me.
actually getting the horde base built. A lot of people are worried about finding a place to live, build a new base, everything like that. All you need to do is just throw some boxes down out front here. You don't have enough to hide. It's not really worth like taking over a building quite yet. Get your shovel here. Drop everything except for your arrows, water, and food. And then get going on your quests. And we'll go dig this up and we'll be right back here in a sec. Alright, so something I forgot to mention before we started this quest. Right when you get your challenges done, you get 4 points. We're just going to skip to this part. Normally you just go through, pick what you're going to pick, but we're going to go strength, we're going to do minor 69er and mother load. And the reason for that will be make a little bit more sense here for like gathering the resources for the quest. Or for not for the quest, but for the horde base. We'll do shotguns as well. And we'll do pummel clubs. And I'll get this dug up and then I'll get to my point here in a minute. Alright, so quest is done. We're back at the trader. We're gonna run inside here quick and I'll show you what the point of this is.
Good. I'd shake your hand,
Okay.
but I bet you got dysentery.
I should have shut this
the
off.
way you smell.
But we're going to do shotguns. I prefer to do shotguns or rifles, and it's more bang for the shot. Pipe machine gun's good. It has high rate of fire, but God, you burn through ammo, and that's not what you want early game. So I'm going to just stick with the shotgun. And then ask them for a job. Bob's Cafe, you always want to go
like
for cafes,
Good
stuff like that.
luck.
Hopefully get a cookie
You
pot,
better not
whatever.
make me regret this.
But that's a different situation. So when you're going to your first quest, do a little scouting. Look for something that you can set up a, decent horde out of. That's not going to fold under the first cop or something like that. And also you don't want to find like a really high tier building either, because that's going to be a pain to clear. The silos is a really good one, but we're not going to do that. That's going to take way too much effort. I prefer to do that around like the desert or something. But even if it's this place right here, like this could actually work right here. It's strong. It's got metal. It's not too bad. I prefer something with a little bit harder of a surface. Actually, you know what? I think like something like this will work good. Is this tier 3? Yeah, tier 3. This is a tier 1. Perfect. Okay, so we'll use the church. It's got a little bit of height. It's made out of wood, but we can upgrade that, so that's not a big deal. So, we have our base figured out. So let's go ahead and mark this. Base. Alright, and so once you got your base figured out where you're going to do this, we'll act like it's day 6. The thing that you want to do, just go out into the area here. You got the 1 point into minor 69er, 1 point into mother load. If you have more points to stick into that, this will go a lot smoother. But all I do is I come out to a place like this, and I just dig down. And this sucks early game, but it's very doable. Like, we're already, from doing the first quest and just digging what we got 300 cobble. I mean 300 clay-ish. What I do, I go straight down to the stone, hit the stone, And this is going to take you like a good half a day, full day, to gather all this. But just do this. Alright, and you can see like we dug clay, we got 600 clay there. And then just do the stone. And now there's a chance that you can get cobblestone from Trader Rect as quest rewards. You can buy it, you can do however you want to do it. But just keep doing this until you get what you think will be right. Pretty simple, just a little bit of a painful struggle, but cobble. You know, just getting cobble. And as you're doing this, you know, you got 600 clay, 200 stone. Start crafting your cobblestone. Alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to break all this down. And we'll show you the simple design of all this. I did use some of the dev tools just to get to this point. Just so we can speed the process up a little bit. But what we're going to do is just break this all open. And then once I get this all broke open and done, then we can start shaping the base. So this church is actually really good because it's up high. Early game is not going to really matter, but this will pay off like long term. Alright, so we're going to say we have 300 cobblestone blocks. You're just going to basically go like this. I usually like to do it 3 wide, but we'll do 4 wide with the sake of the church here. Save yourself a couple openings right here. Just so you got something to shoot down with. We'll put some bars there here in a second. But you want to go overhang just a little bit. You don't want to go too crazy, otherwise you'll lose some structural integrity. But you can do this 4 wide, 3 wide. It doesn't really matter because like you can work with however you want to do it. If you got more people, you're going to want it a little wider so people can still do what they want to do. I do scaffolding ladders for this. That way you can shoot down. So if they're like beating on it down there, you can throw pipe bombs, whatever. And then we'll reinforce that too as well. And what I like to do for the entrance is do plates. And the reason for that is it makes it feel a lot wider than it actually is. I wouldn't recommend putting bars on the side either to shoot through, because then it allows the cops to see a lot easier. And then I do the ramps upside down like that. Like I said, it just gives it more of a open feel. And then I'll do that. Like that. Go blocks. Now right here, I like to do something a little different too. I like to do the ramps, wedge 60 tip. And go like that. And the reason for that is so that you can repair this block once it's there. And you'll see what I mean by that here in a minute. But we'll leave that be. And then the next thing you want to do is come down here. Obviously, like, you want to get rid of any potential ways for them to get up to you. So, and this is all doable, like, within a day period of time. Obviously, concrete, if it's concrete, it's going to take a long time. So, kind of plan accordingly to what the materials of the base are. And then we'll just go like right here. So right... And I usually do 3 wide, so we'll go right here. And then just work your way up. The further out you do this, it'll be... Well, going a certain distance out works really good, but you don't want to go like too crazy on the distance. I did make this a little too close though, but it'll be okay. But then you want to do pole side centered. Just run it across like that. And then we're going to do ramps. And we're going to cover this. And the reason for this is so when the zombies come up to the bar here and they start to jump, it's just going to push them right back off. So you don't really have to worry about them getting on top of the deal. Do your scaff ladders again. Bam, bam, bam. And then your horde base is pretty much done. The only thing left to do is put the ladders on the main build. So we'll run back out there. And I did spawn in the materials just to kind of speed up the process of this whole thing. But usually what I do is I do start on day 6 is when I start gathering all my materials. Then just do ladders up the side here. Unless you have like a major collapse while you're building this, you can definitely get it done in time. So we got the ladder all set up. Take some of your extra material. Upgrade the support to cobblestone. Just give yourself a little extra peace of mind. And if you got some like extra spikes or something, you can throw spikes on the side of this. You can put extra plates on it to reinforce it. Pretty much anything you can think of just to kind of help potentially keep things from beating on stuff they're not supposed to. It's going to happen. Zombies are always going to find something to beat on. And hopefully it's not the main supports of your base. And then we'll head up there and we'll speed it up to Horde Night to kind of show you how it works. And then your entrance, you'll want to have 2 blocks up so they can't get to it. And then any potential thing that they might jump on to try to see that as an actual viable path. But you know, you could even set this up as like a small temporary base. You could carve this out, do some fun stuff with it. Then we'll put the scaff ladders up here. Protections from buzzards. And you know, you could even do like a ladder right here too to kind of get up here so you can add some spikes and whatnot. But I'm going to give myself some books and whatnot to kind of to show an actual Horde Night. I'm going to give myself a few books, a few points and stuff. Something that you should be like realistically at for points and everything like that. So we'll see you here in a second. Okay, so we're fast forwarding it up to day 7. Kind of keep it basic. We'll have the little extra shotgun shells, which you'll more than likely find when you're looting, quest rewards, etc. Gave myself just a basic tier 5 wooden club. And we'll show you how simple this works. And you can evolve this as time goes. You can make the pole a little longer. Sounds like we're going to have some zombies beating on some stuff to get here. But just take your time. You know, make sure you got some water, some coffee if you can find it. Keep your hydration up is the big one. Also, you don't have to worry about stinking because all the zombies know where you're at. So. And your first horde might be crazy, it might be lax. But just, you can hit through the bars. If it gets crazy, pull out your shotgun. Take your time, plan your shots. And it'll work really well. But like right now we got zombies getting hung up somewhere. Right there. I'm going to just take the dev tool quick just to kind of speed this up a little bit. Okay. Eventually they'll break through and they'll just come to you. But just to kind of show how simple this is. You know, just take your time. Make sure you got some cobblestone for repairs and stuff. Keep an eye on your bars. So in between waves, just kind of look, make sure, you know, the bars are good. And this, you can just do this all night long. It's super simple. Doesn't take long to set up. You can set it up on any building. The higher you go, the better. You could set it on something like that building over there. That's the only choice you got. But take your time. No rush. Just sweet time. And if you get a sledge turret, then you can put another pole right here, and the sledge turret will yeet them off the side as they come up. Very, very simple, though. And then, you know, as in between, you can check your damage. We got a little bit of damage there, nothing crazy. Check all your bars. And the reason why I do plates here, too, is on these edge supports, you can still repair them, still see them. You can look down, see if anything's getting beat on. Simple. Look up for birds. But yeah, simple design. It doesn't take long to set up. Very simple. We did this with 200, not even 200 cobblestone blocks. So you can build bigger, you can build it smaller, you can do however you want. You could have a single lane right here, be 3 wide, and do it as a solo, and it'll work great. And you can, like I said, you can set it up on anything. You can build the main section from scratch if you want, if you got the resources for it. I would recommend, if you do that, then build like a shallow moat with spikes all the way around it to keep them from wanting to beat on the pillar that you're standing on. People ask about dogs and all that. You can hit them with your bow from here. You know, just shoot through the bars, get them. If you have Molotovs, which you could get from the trader, you can... I wouldn't recommend throwing Molotovs through there, but pipe bombs, drop pipe bombs down there. If you throw a Molotov, stand back, let it simmer down and fall through the bar. Because the collision on the Molotovs is very, very terrible. So, but yeah, that's my Horde base. I do it pretty much every playthrough. Keep it simple. It works, so why change it? And if you're doing like perception or even shotguns, you can make this longer. And the more zombies you get, they line up. And then you just... right in the face. And with the shotgun, you can get multiple hits too. So the rifle, the spears is really good for this too. But yeah, you don't even really need to use ammo the first one. Keep chipping at them. You know, you'll hit the bars from time to time. Not a big deal. Just repair them in between, just like that. So, if you guys have any questions, just let me know. Leave it down in the comments. And have a great rest of your day / night, depending on what part of the world you're from. And if you ever have any questions, just jump in my stream and just ask.